My name is Jacob Rupp. I am the founder, along with my wife, of 8 to 6, which is a program that allows people to create $6,000 a month in coaching fees over 8 weeks of being engaged in the work. So if you're watching this video, it's likely that you've heard of me, or you have been invited by someone that you know to potentially grow this business, which probably means that you are in the helping field, or you have some interest in helping people, and you are trying to turn your desire to help, or perhaps you already have a coaching business, but you're trying to make it viable and make enough money that you can experience freedom, quit your job, charge what you know that you're worth, charge a lot more money than where you are, etc. So that's why we're talking. And if that's not you, then it's nice to meet you, and hopefully I can help you in some other way. Now, the interesting thing is, just practically speaking, most coaches are making under $30,000 a year. And so the purpose of our program is not to get you to $30,000 a year, it's to get you to $6,000 to $10,000 a month in 2 months or less. And what I'm excited to say, after the many people we've worked with, is that you will very likely be making the $6,000 a month within the first month of working together with us. That's not a guarantee, that's not a promise, but just sort of the way that things are going, that's what's fairly typical for our clients. So the goal of this video is basically to address a couple of basic questions that might come up for you, to sort of give a very short overview of the course, and then to leave you with some questions about whether or not you want to go forward on this and to have a conversation with us. So number one is, you're probably asking, can I do this? Does this work? Right? So the answer is overwhelmingly yes. I come from the nonprofit, I'm a rabbi background, and I have, over the past 4 years, gone from a person that was, my first client, I charged $250 a month to work with them. And now we are, thank God, able to be making between $50,000 to $70,000 a month in coaching fees, one-on-one fees. So that's what's possible in our journey. And as I will include in this, or hopefully you should see YouTube videos, I've been able to accomplish that for quite a few of my clients. Now, again, $50,000 a month, not necessarily, but being able to get to, that's what I've been able to accomplish. It's taken me some time. And that's with this all organic marketing, no social media, no nothing. I'm not an internet marketer. I don't have all of these things out there. That's probably why, if you notice, you look at my social media, you're like, this guy just puts up pictures of his kids sometimes, right? But the idea was that that's what we've done. And for our clients, we've been able to create $25,000 a month coaching fees, in terms of what they're able to charge their clients, $20,000, $15,000. We have a couple of those sample studies in the group. And hopefully what you'll see is that they're normal people, and they're people that are just like you, and it's totally doable. So if we're even starting with the much lower goal, not about making 20 grand a month, but making 6 grand a month, right? So that is something that a lot of people can do. Again, if you have the skill set, if you have the ability, if you have you have that that ability to give to people, right? It's very, very doable. So if you think to yourself, can I do this? The answer is yes. Yes, you can. Now, the next question you might ask is, do I have the goods, right? So that part's kind of important, which is have you ever studied anything that could actually be valuable for people before? So if you are a therapist, if you are a rabbi, if you are a coach already, if you are, have some kind of understanding of the health world, the nutrition sciences, marriage, intimacy, business, if you've built a business yourself, right? If you have skills that are in demand, so then yes, you could do this. And if not, right, and you just have a desire to help, so we can help you in this course also figure out how to do that. Because ultimately, my perspective is, with the proper coaching framework, which we teach you in this course, you can really help people create a tremendous amount of value for them. Because ultimately, and here's just a piece of things that we teach in our course, coaching is a mirror. Coaching is allowing people to see themselves fully and to reach their highest potential, and you're there helping them with that process. So is this doable? Absolutely. Can I do this? Absolutely. So then naturally everyone else asks me, it's like, well, where do I find the clients, right? Well, how does that work? It's like, good for you. You have all these clients. I don't know. Everyone in my circle is broke. I know no one has any money. No one's ever going to pay me. Everyone, like whatever, everyone has their own limiting beliefs about that. So the thing about that is we actually have in our course what we call a client finder. It is our trademark system where you will be able to not only find that you have people that you know, but an abundance of people that you know, and people that you are able to create coaching relationships, the proper ways to frame the questions, the proper ways to know where and what and how to look, the proper ways to find your ideal client, all of that stuff. It's totally doable, and it's doable for anyone. We've created this in multiple niches, multiple industries around the world. You're in this part of the world, that part of the world. We've worked with people all over the place, and the same system works everywhere. And trust me, there are an abundance of clients because everybody needs help. And so there's no shortage of people that need help, and there's no shortage of, again, with the proper system, which we teach in our course, how to find those people and how to not just find one of them, but to find enough. Now, again, there's two things that I want to say. This is not an internet marketing game. I'm not having to run Facebook ads. I don't run any Facebook ads, right? For this course, again, we'll see what the future holds. But like, if your goal is to make, again, 6, 10, 20 grand a month, no Facebook ads necessary, no Instagram marketing, LinkedIn marketing. You don't need it. You don't need it. That's the big exciting thing. Also, with that, there's a lot of people that are out there kind of posting all of their dirty laundry all over the internet, hoping that's going to get them clients. And I've had people reach out and say, well, like, I know that you do these emotional posts. Like, first of all, I don't really. You can check my Facebook. You can check my social media. Rabbi Jacob Rupp, love to see you check out the content, but that's not what I do. And very often, even if it's someone that I might have known that's doing it, like, it's not what we do. And you don't have to do it. And if you're making money, you're not posting your own dirty laundry everywhere. Does that mean that you don't get to own and embrace and leverage your experience and your story to help you get clients? Absolutely. But in terms of like this public persona, I have to share all this like controversial stuff. I have to say controversial things. Like, no, you don't. And so just don't worry about that. And if someone says that you do, I would suggest you necessarily find a different course. So the next thing I wanted to point out was you might be asking yourself, this is a totally flooded market. This is a flooded market. Like, how do I get in there? Everyone's mom and dad is a coach. And to that I will say, yes, everyone's mom and dad is a coach. Everyone's neighbor's a coach. Everyone's getting into coaching. What does that tell you? First of all, it is an exploding industry. So there's a lot of awareness going on. It's like, okay, great. Like, people see that this is important. People see that it's valuable. Coaching is very much mainstream. You walk into any business. I'm associated with quite a few like entrepreneur groups, right? Everyone has a coach there. You want to go to you're in the gym and someone comes up and says, do you want a coach? Like, we know what that is, and that's normal. And you might think, yeah, I need a coach. And you might think to yourself, well, like, it's a luxury. Maybe it's luxury, but the point is that everyone knows that coaching is a big thing. Individualized coaching is a big thing. Group coaching is a big thing. So coaching is out there. So of course you're going to see that there are people that are going into coaching. That being said, quality, which we train on in our program, is always going to be in demand. And interesting ups and downs in the world, when the economy does well, when the economy goes bad, certain car companies are always going to do well. Which ones are they? Not Hyundai and Toyota, but they're always like Rolls-Royce, right? In the 2008 and in the COVID crisis, Rolls-Royce, Porsche, luxury cars were always posting their best years ever. So you think to yourself, well, I don't know anyone that has a Rolls-Royce. That's not the point. The point is there are always going to be people that appreciate and invest in themselves by investing in quality products. So if you are a good coach, it does not matter if there are 1 billion coaches out there, you will still be in demand. People will still refer you. You will still be able to get business. And again, you might be thinking to yourself, and this is kind of one of the core things that people come in and work with us for, is like, but I'm not a Rolls Royce. I'm not a Porsche. I'm not, I'm like, I don't know. So that's that confidence piece. So that is something that we actually train on. It's actually in our first module about how to develop your own confidence so you can articulate clearly what you do, who you're for, and how you provide value. So those are some of the core things, core questions that I see people might be wondering about. How do I actually build a coaching business? So now what I wanted to share is basically what our course is and what our course is not, to see if this is where you are and what you're looking for. So we go through, it's an 8-week course where we have modules and trainings on the following thing. First of all, what is coaching? How do I do it? How do I structure it? What do the sessions look like? how do I articulate value? What is coaching not? How do I, how do I become highly paid as a coach, respect as a coach? How do I actually get results for clients? That's number one. Very likely, if you are not at a place where you're able to get $6,000 plus a month in coaching fees, you have some hangups around your money. So we go deep into money mindset. How do you see money? How do you help your clients see money? How do you create money? How do you view money? How do you utilize money? That's all very important. Now, again, personally speaking, I'm not just bringing my own experience to the table in this course, because the majority of the work that I've done before I built 8 to 6 was doing executive coaching with clients whose net worth ranges in the hundreds of millions of dollars in some cases, right? $1 billion, right? So having experienced people, and I grew up broke. My wife and I were $50,000 in credit card debt a while ago, right? I didn't have that mentality, and I studied very intentionally how wealthy people think, and not just people that came from family money or people who just had the golden ticket. Like many of my clients, I'd say most of my clients started broke and built wealth over time. And so those are the lessons that we train in number 2, because if you don't have the proper money mindset, you are never going to be wealthy. You're never going to create the kind of wealth in your coaching business, or it's going to be very, very hard. We talk about how to develop your niche, which will help you find your clients. We have that client finder system, which we actually train on. So how do you articulate your problem? How do you figure out what you do? How do you figure out who you do it for? Then we walk you through, hold your hand, a simple system to creating clients, to getting people to go from, oh wow, you're a coach, to oh wow, you can help me, to oh wow, I'm very excited, and then here's the credit card. In fact, and just candidly speaking, a lot of our clients, one of the biggest problems in our program is that clients are getting paid before they even know how to get paid. They're like, well, here's my credit card, and clients might be like, oh my gosh, because we train later in the course about setting up your business, right? So, but oftentimes what happens is people are throwing money at you. Believe it or not, this actually happens before you're even ready for it. And you might just start, and all of a sudden like, oh my gosh, like how does this work? So if that is a cool problem, trust me, it's an awesome problem to have. It's very exciting. We'll get these like emergency calls like, oh my God, this person gave me the credit card number. What do I do with it, right? So that's a great problem to have. We will help you with that. Messaging. How do you build your messaging? How do you manage your time? Because very often people are coming to us saying, okay, this is great. I have another job. I have 2 jobs. I have 15 jobs. I have 15 kids. I have a ton of time. So we work that, they say, if you want something done, give it to a busy person, right? So we actually train on how to build time into your schedule so that you can do this. And again, if you think about it, if you're going to make 250 grand a year, expect to be working, many, many hours. As a coach, we don't have to work nearly that hard. We don't have to work that many hours, but we have to be very intentional about our timing. And that is not something that's oftentimes taught in college, in your jobs, whatever it might be. So we actually give you that entrepreneurial training about how to build your calendar, how to prioritize your time, how to make sure that you actually get in the process of building it. And then finally, what we discuss is how do you scale, right? Again, I threw out numbers like $50,000, $70,000 a month. The way that you get there is by learning how to scale, learning how to get very dialed in on what you're excellent at, and how to build a team around you that's going to provide the support and the structure for you to just do what you're good at and not run around and do all the stuff that you're bad at. Because again, if you're building a business, you have to be doing what you're great at and not driving yourself crazy. Candidly, at the end of the day, the big question that you want to be asking yourself is, what kind of a lifestyle do I want? What kind of a life do I want? What kind of a business do I want? And that's what we're really trying to work on in this course. So I want to leave you with 4 questions. 4 questions. Again, I'm a rabbi. It's a Jewish thing. Maybe perhaps you could say we have these 4 questions we ask during the holidays. But 4 questions really to figure out if this is the right thing for you. Thing number 1 is, what is your biggest challenge right now in your business? Right? What is the biggest thing that's holding you back? What is the thing that stopped you? Why are you not yet at making $100,000 a year or more as a coach? What is your big thing? Oftentimes, it's going to be messy. It's going to be deep. There's going to be tears. It's I don't believe in myself. It's I don't know how to do this. It's but what are you talking about? That's preposterous kind of money. I've been a therapist for 25 years and I only charge $100 an hour. It's I only help poor people and no one in my circle has any money. It's I live in this country and everyone's broke in that country. What's your biggest challenge in your business right now? Question number 2 is coaching, even in a program like this, is a relationship. So what is it about us, our energy, about me that you feel confident? Is it that I've done it myself? Is it that because you like the color of my shirt, right? Because at the end of the day, just like I said about coaches, there's an abundance of people that are going to teach you how to build your business. But what is it about this that makes you want to work with us? Because we need to be a fit. You need to want to be excited about working with us. That's number 2, to get clear on that, right? Number three is, do you have confidence? If I could give you the skills, the support, the help, and the information, do you have confidence that you are the kind of person that can make $10,000 a month as a coach one-on-one, as a one-on-one coach? Do you have that? Do you feel that inside of yourself? Again, I'm not telling you need to know how to get there yet. That's what we do. I'm not going to tell you have to have the support to get there yet, because that's what we do. But do you in your heart feel that you could be an effective agent of change? And do you feel passionate about getting paid, I would say, a lot of money to do that? Is that something that you feel like is interesting and exciting for you? And number 4 is, when do you want to start? Number 4 is figuring out, okay, like, how long do I want to wait until I have $6,000 to $10,000 a month coming in from the coaching work that I'm doing? Is now the right time? Do you want to wait to finish your college degree? Do you want to wait to get fired? Do you want to wait to finish your therapy license? Where are you? Again, you don't need any of that stuff, but how long do you want to delay this process? So those are just 4 basic questions that I wanted to suggest to you that you can think through to figure out whether or not this is right for you now and if it's right for you in the future. The last thing that I wanted to tell you is why our course is so effective. Now, granted, I've been building my business over 4 years. I've been helping coaches build their businesses for the last 2. And thank God we've been very successful at helping people make very serious money in coaching clients. Again, very serious money, meaning 10 grand a month, stuff like that. That's great. Again, if you want the $1 million a month, you're probably not watching this video. Again, you could want it. We're working that there, but the point is, like, that's not the first step. So what we've done, and why I'm really excited about this program specifically, is it has 4 elements of deep help. So a lot of times people say, well, I wanted to work with you, right? So the people that work with me one-on-one, they do not get this kind of support. And that's why we're so excited about this program, what we're offering. So number 1 is, you have 2 hours a week of deep group coaching. Deep group coaching. Why is it effective to work in a group more than one-on-one? Is because ultimately you want to move, you want to have the support of a group. You want to have a group of friends and colleagues that are going through this together, because oftentimes you're blind to your own issues and you'll see someone else who's like, oh my gosh, that's my problem also. Also, it makes the whole process doable, because if you have that element of like exciting spirit, you like to work as part of a team, you like to play in team sports, like entrepreneurship can be super lonely. And so if you have a team, or you have a little bit of competition and you have a little bit of like, okay, this person can do it, so can I. So we create that dynamic, and it's amazing. Not in any way a competitive thing, but it's a very collaborative feeling. And you get direct access to me. I will troubleshoot your problems 2 hours a week, right? Now, again, most of my high-paying executive clients, they get me 1 hour a week, right? But this is 2 hours a week with all of the wonderful dynamics that we just discussed. I also then have this 8-week module training, an hour plus of education, and a ton more resources, and you have access to that for the life of the program, right? Where I will literally walk you through how to build a practice that will make you, again, I'm calling it $6 grand a month. I want to under promise and over deliver. Practically speaking, if you run the system, you should be looking at 10 to 20 grand a month. I just want to say that, a month. 10 to 20 grand a month in coaching fees. So I literally walk you through all of those different steps, all of the know-how, how to get there specifically. So if you say, I don't know how to do it, great. You will know how to do it without any doubt. And we've done this, we've run this system for tons of people, and it works. Number 3 is, you have a dedicated mindset coach you will meet with in our program, who will work through your specific blockages. So you say to yourself, I love this strategy, I love the idea of the group, but like, what about me? What about someone that's going to see me, that's going to see my own issues and help me work through that? We have your back there. We're going to give you that support. You have your own dedicated mindset coach who has been vetted and worked through and runs our systems and understands everything, and is going to get you past your own personal blockages that you might not be able to go so in depth on, or want to be comfortable like sharing with everybody. Again, you'll get comfortable and we will go deep, but this is like your dedicated mindset coach. And finally, your copy coach. So the cool thing about the copy coach is that a copy coach will literally help you refine your messaging. So let's say you do have an email list. Let's say you do have a Facebook profile and you want to talk about what you do. We will literally help you to get someone to say, wow, this looks super interesting. Let's sit down and book a time to talk. Let's say you don't have any of that stuff and you're just out meeting people, right? So we will help you refine your messaging so that you can, when you meet people, say, hey, I'm so-and-so, this is what I do, would you like to set up a time? So we will literally, whatever means you have, help you literally with your own dedicated copy coach build copy means like the writing down or the messaging, right? Our messaging, we're going to help you get that super dialed in so you're never left alone. So again, you might think to yourself, oh my God, that's so much stuff. I don't have 24 hours to devote to this a week. That's totally fine. The realistic component of this course is if you can allocate, let's say, between 3 and 6 hours a week to build a business that will net you many hundreds of thousands of dollars over your life, this is the right thing for you. So I hope I've answered all of your questions. I know that it's been kind of a great training, a great overview. I've asked you some questions, and if you feel in your heart, if you feel in your body, if you feel in your mind, I want to help people and I want to be compensated brilliantly to do that. I want to do this as a career. I want to do this as a job. I want to do this as a passion. I want to get paid brilliantly for it. So then I would encourage you, reach out to us, reach out to the person that shared this video with you, and I'd be so excited to see you inside the program. Thank you very much.